before we add shock oil to the shocks and bleed them, we need to put the O-ring in the shock cap, put the pivot ball in the shock cap, put the O-ring in the spring retainer, and put the other pivot balls in the bottom of the shock shaft. So I'll do one of those for each before we move on. So these O-rings just slide right into the shock cap, no problem. Just gonna make sure that it's seated all the way down and not still stuck in the threads. So we'll just do a double check on that to make sure that it's seated all the way. That looks good. And then these pivot balls go on super easy. You know, I resisted buying one of these shock tools for a long time, but it does save a lot of time. So you just put the pivot ball right there, put the shock cap over it, give that a little squeeze, and you're all set. So there's one of those. On the spring retainers, you're going to want to use just a little bit of shock oil. I just put a little bit on my fingers for this, and just make sure that the O-ring is just totally covered, and then you're going to install that on the top side of the spring retainer. And again, you're just going to give it a quick look to make sure that it's fully seated. If you rub your finger through it, you should be able to feel that it's in there properly. So that's how that one goes. And then, just like the shock cap at the top, put the pivot ball, install the pivot ball right on the little stud that's on the plier, and then give that a little squeeze. And that's that. So we'll repeat that for the other 3 shocks. Process is exactly the same for front and rear.